Get ready to dive into the comic book realm, where heroes rise and villains take the helm. We're here to dissect the stories and the art. On source material, we tear the panels apart.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Source Material Comics Podcast. It's primer time. Tomorrow is our episode on the first 6 issues of Gargoyles here in Manhattan. And you'll hear about how uneducated I was on the series itself. I didn't watch much of the cartoon, so I didn't know much about the characters other than what I'd seen on commercials, and that's probably about it. So you might be in the same situation I was. Well, to get you ready for the comic tomorrow, I have put together another one of my primer podcasts. And yes, once again, trigger warning for anybody out there that has an issue with AI created content. I've got some AI narrators here to kind of help us through understanding the world of the Gargoyles. The series itself, all the characters, the protagonists, the antagonists in there, and also a look at the preceding slave labor graphics comic book series. So, if you're ready to learn, I've put something together here just for you so that by the end of this 40-minute podcast, you'll have a better idea as to what awaits you in the world of Disney's Gargoyles. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Welcome to our deep dive into Gargoyles, the groundbreaking animated series that captivated audiences from 1994 to 1997. Created by Greg Weisman and produced by Disney, Gargoyles stands out for its dark themes, complex story arcs, and richly developed characters. The show is set against the backdrop of medieval Scotland and modern-day Manhattan, weaving together elements of myth, history, and Shakespearean drama. We'll explore the series' unique blend of action and narrative depth, introducing you to the formidable clan of Gargoyles led by Goliath, their human ally Elisa Maza, and the many intriguing characters that make this series a timeless classic. The series is set in a world where gargoyles, stone by day and warriors by night, protect humanity but are ultimately betrayed and cursed to remain in stone slumber for 1,000 years. In modern-day Manhattan, the spell is broken, and the gargoyles awaken to defend the city once more. The complex story arcs and character development, intertwined with medieval history and various mythologies, made Gargoyles a standout in animated television. The plot centers around a clan of warrior creatures led by Goliath in 994 AD. Betrayed by the humans they swore to protect, most of the clan is massacred, and the survivors are cursed to remain in stone until their castle rises above the clouds. In 1994, billionaire David Xanatos moves the castle to the top of his Manhattan skyscraper, breaking the spell and reviving the Gargoyles. Adapting to their new world, they vowed to protect the citizens of New York. Gargoyles garnered a loyal fan base that kept the series alive through DVDs and a comic book continuation. The first 2 seasons aired in the Disney afternoon programming block, while the controversial 3rd season, Gargoyles, The Goliath Chronicles, aired on ABC Saturday mornings. Despite the 3rd season's mixed reception, the show's legacy endures, bolstered by annual conventions like the Gathering of the Gargoyles, where fans and creators celebrate the series' enduring impact.
Now let's talk about all of the characters that makes Gargoyles one of the more compelling animated dramas created. Goliath, the towering leader of the Manhattan clan, is an imposing figure with his lavender skin, dark hair, and immense physical strength. As one of the mightiest warriors, Goliath's wrath can be terrifying, yet he is also a disciplined and just protector who values his role in safeguarding his clan and New York City. While he can be stubborn and vengeful, his strong moral compass and sense of duty often guide him towards justice. Goliath's leadership is marked by his courage and willingness to risk his life for the safety of others, embodying the noble spirit of a true guardian. Beyond his fierce exterior, Goliath is a cultured and philosophical individual. Literate and with a deep appreciation for classic literature, Goliath enjoys works by Shakespeare, Dostoevsky, Faulkner, and Joyce. This intellectual side reflects his thoughtful nature as he contemplates the changes in the world and learns eagerly from Elisa Maza about modern society. His wisdom and hope help him endure the prejudice and fear humans display towards gargoyles, maintaining a belief that one day both races can coexist peacefully. Goliath's ability to understand and forgive, even in the face of betrayal, showcases his capacity for empathy and his enduring commitment to peace. Goliath's character is also defined by his complex relationships and internal struggles. Despite his forgiving nature, he harbors a vengeful streak that surfaces in moments of deep betrayal or harm to those he loves. His tumultuous relationship with Demona, his past love, and his growing affection for Elisa illustrate his emotional depth and the conflicts between his protective instincts and personal desires. Goliath's journey from the medieval castle of Wyvern to modern-day Manhattan is one of enduring loyalty, leadership, and a constant quest for understanding and justice. His story is a blend of ancient honor and modern dilemmas, making him a richly layered and compelling figure in the Gargoyles universe.
Elisa Maza, a detective in the New York Police Department, stands as the Manhattan Clan's closest human ally and, to Goliath, much more than a friend. Born to a mixed heritage of African American and Native American, primarily Hopi parents, Elisa is a tall, athletic, and quick-witted New Yorker. Her skills and determination make her a formidable detective, often going undercover using the alias Sally to solve cases. Despite her impulsiveness, Elisa's quick thinking has saved lives, such as when she ingeniously saved Broadway from a fatal fall. Her down-to-earth nature and acceptance of the Gargoyles showcase her kind heart and strong will, making her an invaluable member of both the NYPD and the Manhattan Clan. Elisa's relationship with the Gargoyles, especially Goliath, is deeply rooted in mutual respect and affection. Despite the initial fear and skepticism upon meeting them, she quickly saw the beauty within and became their first and closest human friend. This bond led her to persuade the Gargoyles to relocate to the safer clock tower and continuously inspired Goliath to redefine their role as protectors of New York. Elisa's loyalty to the clan has never wavered, even when faced with personal danger and emotional turmoil. Her complicated feelings for Goliath, often kept in check due to the practical difficulties of their relationship, add a layer of emotional depth to her character. Her dedication to the Gargoyles is evident as she consistently puts their needs before her own, even when it means facing heartache. Elisa's adventures with the Gargoyles have taken her far beyond the streets of New York, including an extended odyssey during the Avalon World Tour. During this journey, she played pivotal roles, such as awakening King Arthur and helping various communities they encountered. Her resourcefulness and bravery shone through in every challenge, whether battling ancient enemies or navigating complex emotional landscapes. Elisa's ultimate loyalty and love for Goliath culminated in a public declaration of their relationship. Despite the potential repercussions, her story is one of courage, compassion, and unwavering dedication, making her a cornerstone of the Gargoyles universe.
Hudson, the venerable elder and former leader of the Wyvern clan, now serves as the mentor and wise guide for the Manhattan Clan. Hudson is easily recognizable with his portly build, tan-colored skin, ruddy orange wings, white hair and beard, and a blind left eye. He carries a sword, a trophy from his victorious battle against the Vikings in 994, which he wields to compensate for his waning strength. Despite his gargoyle heritage and pride, Hudson has a strong affinity for human culture, which is reflected in his Scottish accent, a result of his extensive interactions with Scottish humans. Hudson's leadership journey began in 878, hatching deep under Wyvern Hill and rising to become the clan leader by 967. His tenure was marked by strategic alliances, such as the one forged with Prince Malcolm in 971, which led to the construction of the castle on Wyvern Hill. He demonstrated wisdom and foresight, often providing guidance that proved crucial for both gargoyles and humans alike. In 984, after losing an eye in a battle with the Archmage, he passed the mantle of leadership to Goliath, recognizing the young warrior's potential while continuing to serve as a trusted advisor. His leadership and mentorship have left an indelible mark on the clan, shaping its values and strategies. Despite his semi-retirement, Hudson remains a formidable warrior and a stalwart protector of his clan. He prefers the comforts of home, often found in an old recliner watching television shows like Celebrity Hockey. However, he is always ready to defend his clan when needed, as seen in his fierce defense against Demona and his resourceful escape from Xanatos. Hudson's adjustment to the modern world has been slow, but he finds solace in simple pleasures like television and his friendship with the blind author Geoffrey Robbins, who taught him to read. As a mentor, father figure, and warrior, Hudson's legacy continues to inspire and guide the Manhattan Clan, embodying the timeless values of wisdom, loyalty, and resilience.
Brooklyn, once a member of the Wyvern clan, now serves as the second in command of the Manhattan clan. Known for his distinctive red skin, wild white hair, and pterodactyl-like wings, Brooklyn stands out with his enormous beak and two long horns. He adopts an eye patch during his time dancer adventures, where he also acquires futuristic weapons and armor. Brooklyn's keen, calculating nature makes him a master tactician, although his hatred for Demona once clouded his judgment. Quick-witted and fond of human ways, he named himself after the borough of Brooklyn upon awakening in New York in 1994. Despite his adventurous and sometimes sarcastic exterior, Brooklyn harbors a melancholic, almost gothic side. Brooklyn hatched in 958 under Wyvern Hill and formed strong bonds with his rookery siblings, often engaging in adventurous exploits. His leadership skills and tactical acumen were evident even in his youth, earning him the position of leader of the trio. In 1994, after surviving the Wyvern massacre by being sent to the rookery as punishment, Brooklyn was placed under the Magus's curse of permanent sleep, only to awaken in 1994 in Manhattan. He quickly adapted to modern life, even fixing up an old motorcycle and taking to riding it before it was destroyed in an encounter with a biker gang. This incident led him to his first significant confrontation with Demona, a conflict that would shape his future animosity towards her. Brooklyn's adventures took a dramatic turn when he became the Time Dancer, traveling through time for 40 years from his perspective. During these travels, he encountered historical and futuristic settings, battled terracotta warriors, and fought alongside Samson's resistance against the space spawn invaders. In feudal Japan, Brooklyn found true love with a female gargoyle named Katana, with whom he had two children, Nashville and Eduardo. His time travels hardened him and honed his skills, but also left him with a missing eye, covered by a black eye patch. Upon returning to Manhattan, only seconds after his initial departure, Brooklyn resumed his role as second in command and integrated his new family into the clan. Despite the pressures of leadership and the complexities of his past, Brooklyn remains a crucial and resilient member of the Manhattan clan, embodying both strategic brilliance and a deep sense of loyalty.
Lexington, one of the younger gargoyles from the Wyvern clan and later a key member of the Manhattan clan, is a distinctive and vital member of the trio. With his khaki-colored skin, hairless head, and unique web-like wings attached to his arms, Lexington stands out for his small stature and large, expressive eyes. He is known for his curiosity and fascination with human technology, which quickly made him the clan's technical expert upon awakening in 1994. His nickname, Lex, comes from the avenue in New York City, reflecting his connection to his new home. Lexington's reedy voice and youthful appearance belie his keen intelligence and deep understanding of complex mechanical devices. Born in 958, Lexington grew up with his rookery siblings Brooklyn and Broadway under the protective walls of Wyvern Hill. From a young age, he was drawn to technology and machinery, a passion that only grew after his long stone sleep. In 1994, upon being awakened by David Xanatos, Lexington eagerly explored the modern world, quickly becoming adept at computers and various gadgets. His technical skills have been invaluable to the clan, from repairing old refrigerators to hacking advanced security systems. Lexington's relationships have been marked by loyalty, conflict, and growth. His initial fascination with the Pack, a group of martial artists gathered by Xanatos to fight the Manhattan clan, turned to hatred after their betrayal, and his experience with betrayal continued when his clone, Brentwood, willingly joined Tylog. Despite these challenges, Lexington formed a close bond with Alexander Xanatos and developed a strong friendship with Staghart from the London clan. His technical expertise, coupled with his emotional journey and loyalty to his clan, make Lexington a multifaceted and essential member of the Manhattan clan, embodying both the challenges and triumphs of adapting to a new world while staying true to his roots.
Broadway is a founding member of the Manhattan clan and part of the trio. He is physically distinctive with his aquamarine skin, bald head adorned with 3 horns, and fin-like ears. Despite his somewhat overweight appearance, Broadway is muscular and strong. His choice of the name Broadway after awakening in New York in 1994 reflects his theatrical spirit, rather than any play on his size. Broadway is known for his gentle and sensitive nature, making him one of the best judges of character within the clan. Born in 958, Broadway grew up alongside his rookery siblings Lexington, Brooklyn, and Antiope. During his youth, He participated in the alliance between the Wyvern clan and Prince Malcolm's people, and was involved in various adventures that shaped his character. In 994, Broadway survived the Wyvern massacre by being confined to the rookery, and later entered a 1,000-year stone sleep. Awakening in 1994, Broadway quickly adapted to modern life, embracing new experiences and forming strong bonds with his clan and human allies. Broadway's relationship with Elisa Maza is particularly significant, driven by his guilt over accidentally shooting her with her own gun, which fostered his strong dislike for firearms and a protective attitude towards her. Initially illiterate and dismissive of books, Broadway's attitude changed after the Scrolls of Merlin adventure, leading him to take reading lessons with Hudson and eventually read Shakespeare with Angela. Broadway's sensitivity and attentiveness deepened his relationship with Angela, distinguishing his genuine care for her beyond mere infatuation. As a lover of mysteries and detective work, Broadway often assists Elisa in solving cases, showcasing his keen observation skills and resourcefulness. His journey from a youthful adventurer to a wise and dedicated protector highlights his growth and importance within the Manhattan clan.
Angela, a female gargoyle of the Manhattan clan, was hatched and raised on the peaceful Isle of Avalon before joining Goliath, Elisa Maza, and Bronx on the World Tour. As an idealist and optimist, Angela believes in the possibility of harmony between humans and gargoyles. Her upbringing on Avalon, where she was raised with medieval Christian values, makes her the gentlest and most innocent member of the clan. Despite her naivety, Angela is a fierce and bold warrior with a good judge of character, striving to understand and bridge the gap between humans and gargoyles. Physically, Angela is tall and slender with long dark hair worn in a ponytail and a lavender complexion inherited from her father, Goliath. Her features, however, are closer to her mother, Demona. Angela and Broadway have a deep bond, and by early 1997, they had mated. She deeply loves Goliath as her father and respects Elisa tremendously, viewing her more as an older sister than a mother figure. Angela's journey began when she helped defend Avalon from the Archmage's attack in 1995, after which she joined Goliath, Elisa, and Bronx in exploring the outside world. During the Avalon World Tour, Angela learned about her true biological parentage, discovering that Goliath and Demona were her parents. This revelation profoundly impacted her, leading her to seek a special relationship with Goliath despite his initial reluctance due to gargoyle customs. Angela's trust and kindness were tested many times during her adventures, but her optimistic outlook and fierce temper helped her navigate the challenges. Upon joining the Manhattan clan, she faced the realities of human prejudice, but remained hopeful for a future where humans and gargoyles could coexist peacefully. Her relationship with Broadway grew stronger, culminating in their decision to become committed mates, symbolizing her growth and integration into the Manhattan clan.
Coldstone was a gargoyle of the Wyvern clan who was shattered by Vikings in 994 and later resurrected as a cyborg by Demona and Xanatos. The reanimation incorporated parts from 3 gargoyles, himself, his mate, and his treacherous rookery brother, leading to internal conflicts among the 3 personalities within his body. Coldstone's appearance is a mix of reanimated stone and advanced robotics, with notable cybernetic enhancements like an arm cannon and a metallic tail. Upon his reanimation, Coldstone was manipulated to attack the Manhattan clan, but ultimately joined them after realizing the truth. He sacrificed himself to save Goliath, sinking to the bottom of the Hudson River. Later, reactivated by Xanatos, Coldstone was infected with a computer virus, causing a struggle for control over his body among the 3 spirits. With Goliath's help, Coldstone and his mate subdued their evil brother, but the internal conflict continued, leading Coldstone to exile himself in Tibet. Coldstone was eventually found and brought back to New York, where Xanatos and Puck transferred the personalities of his mate and brother into new robotic bodies. Coldstone, now reunited with his mate, Coldfire, declined Goliath's offer to join the Manhattan clan, choosing instead to pursue Coldsteel, his malevolent brother. The pair later appeared in London to stop Coldsteel as part of Xanatos' plans involving the Stone of Destiny, continuing their quest to end Coldsteel's rampage.
Coldfire is an android inhabited by the soul of a slain gargoyle. Coldfire's robotic body, designed by Xanatos, using Coldstone's memory banks, closely resembles her original form. Unlike Coldstone, Coldfire is entirely robotic, with golden skin and the ability to shoot flames from her hands, though her flame weapon is ineffective when submerged in water. Coldfire's life was marked by betrayal and tragedy. Her mate was deceived by a clan brother into believing she was having an affair with Goliath, leading to a confrontation that Coldfire ultimately resolved by revealing the truth. In 994 C, Coldfire was shattered along with her clan by Viking marauders. A millennium later, her remains, combined with those of her mate and deceitful brother, formed Coldstone, manipulated by Demona to battle the Manhattan clan. After Coldstone's temporary inactivation, Coldfire's soul was part of the internal struggle within the Coldstone shell. In the Himalayas, Coldstone and Coldfire sought peace, but were eventually captured by Xanatos and brought back to Manhattan. Puck separated the souls within Coldstone, placing Coldfire's soul into her fully robotic body.
Matthew Bluestone, a former FBI agent, currently serves as a detective at the 23rd Precinct in Manhattan, partnered with Elisa Maza. During his time with the FBI, Matt was obsessed with exposing the Illuminati Society, believing they controlled much of the world behind the scenes. Unbeknownst to him, his FBI partner, Martin Hacker, was a member of the Illuminati, assigned to keep Matt chasing false leads. This obsession ultimately led to Matt's dismissal from the FBI. After joining the NYPD, Matt was partnered with Elisa Maza, who initially dismissed him but eventually recognized his value as an ally. Matt, however, remained unaware of the gargoyles Elisa was sheltering in the clock tower above the police station. His suspicions about the existence of gargoyles grew after several sightings during the clan's conflicts. Despite facing numerous dead ends in his continued pursuit of the Illuminati, some of which nearly cost him and Elisa their lives, Matt persevered. He eventually tracked down senior Illuminatus Mace Malone, who revealed the Manhattan clan's existence and offered Matt a place in the Illuminati in exchange for a gargoyle. Matt's actions to protect Goliath during this encounter earned the gargoyles' trust, but seemingly cost him his chance to join the Illuminati. Soon after, Martin Hacker revealed himself as an Illuminatus and offered Matt a place in the society, claiming Matt had fulfilled his end of the bargain. When the hunters exposed the Manhattan clan to the public, Matt was made head of the Gargoyle Task Force. Believing the world wasn't ready for an interspecies confrontation, Matt encouraged the task force members to prevent panic rather than hunt down gargoyles. Hacker, also a task force member, assured Matt that the Illuminati approved of this approach, thus intertwining Matt's destiny with both the gargoyles and the secret society he once sought to expose.
Okay, how about the antagonists that fill the Gargoyles universe? David Xanatos, the founder, owner, and CEO of Xanatos Enterprises, began as one of the Manhattan clan's greatest enemies, but eventually became their reluctant ally and host. Known for his practicality and ambition, Xanatos is driven by the desire to acquire power, influence, and valuable assets. Unlike many villains, he considers revenge foolish and focuses on achieving his goals through strategic planning and manipulation. His favorite word is acquire, reflecting his relentless pursuit of resources, people, and power. Xanatos views Manhattan as his domain, having acquired significant control over the city through both legitimate means and underhanded tactics. Xanatos's primary motivations include increasing his power and achieving immortality, driven by a deep-seated fear of old age and death, likely influenced by the death of his mother. His various attempts to achieve immortality, such as the Cauldron of Life and capturing Anubis, have failed. However, Xanatos's ambition is tempered by his love for his family. He deeply loves his wife, Fox, and their son, Alexander. Despite his strained relationship with his father, Petros, Xanatos cares about his father's opinion and invited him to both his wedding and Alex's birth. This familial devotion contrasts with his otherwise Machiavellian scheming, revealing a more human side to his character. Born in Bar Harbor, Maine, in 1955, Xanatos' journey to power began with a rare 10th-century coin he received in 1975, which he sold to start Xanatos Enterprises. Over the years, he became one of the richest men in the world and a formidable opponent. Xanatos awakened the gargoyles by relocating Castle Wyvern to the top of the Erie building, initially intending to use them for his plans. Despite numerous conflicts with the Manhattan clan, his relationship with them evolved, particularly after they saved his son from Oberon. Grateful, Xanatos offered them their old home in the castle without any hidden motives, marking the end of their feud. While he continues to pursue his ambitions, Xanatos' actions are now more tempered by his experiences and the influence of his family, making him a complex and multifaceted character.
Tylog, a clone of Goliath, stands in stark contrast to his progenitor. Devious and treacherous, Tylog exhibits a complete lack of the gargoyle instinct to protect and instead revels in causing pain and suffering. He displays extreme sociopathy, surpassing even Demona in his malevolence. Tylog harbors an Oedipus complex, evidenced by his attempts to murder his fathers and his choice of mates, first Demona and then Delilah, a genetic amalgamation of Demona and Elisa. As a master manipulator, he rivals Xanatos in cunning and intellect, which he uses to further his own ambitions and schemes. Tylog's complex origin story began when he was created using Goliath's DNA, accelerated to maturity, and educated with Xanatos' twisted philosophy. Escaping from the oil rig at Black Rock Point with Xanatos' money, he adopted the alias Alexander Tylog, co-founding Nightstone Unlimited with Demona. Together, they plotted to amass wealth and power, though Tylog secretly intended to betray Demona and seize her fortune. This pattern of betrayal continued as Tylog manipulated various factions and individuals, including the Manhattan Clan, Xanatos, and Severius, to achieve his goals. Throughout his encounters, Tylog's ruthlessness and cunning were evident. From his initial confrontation with the Manhattan Clan to his betrayal of Demona and the creation of the clone Delilah, Tylog's actions consistently revealed his sociopathic nature. His brutal attack on Goliath and subsequent battles showcased his willingness to inflict harm to achieve his objectives. Despite appearing to perish in various confrontations, Tylog always managed to survive and continue his schemes. His alliance with the Illuminati and the recruitment of Shari as his assistant further solidified his position as a formidable and treacherous adversary, always one step ahead in his quest for power and dominance.
Anton Severius, a mad scientist with a flair for the dramatic, is known for his expertise in genetic manipulation and his complete lack of scruples. Often seen reveling in the clichés of his role, he delights in dramatic acts as much as in scientific or monetary gains. His talent for disguise and cowardly personality make him a complex character who pleads for mercy when confronted by his enemies. While his current citizenship is unknown, he is either American or British. Severius's work with Xanatos Enterprises involved creating a clone of Goliath named Tylog and designing mutates, including Elisa Maza, who became Talon. Despite faking his death during a confrontation with Goliath, Severius continued to work secretly for Xanatos, later getting entangled in Tylog's plot to kill his creators. Severius's ventures took him to Loch Ness, where he studied the legendary monsters and captured Angela, discovering she was Goliath's daughter. Despite his efforts, his plans were thwarted, and he ended up sinking to the bottom of Loch Ness, though he survived. He then worked for Nightstone Unlimited, a corporation run by Tylog and Demona. There, he created clones of the Manhattan Clan and engineered a deadly virus for Demona to wipe out humanity, only to be stopped by the Manhattan Clan. Severius's escape from previous fiascos led him to infiltrate the labyrinth, freeing Fang and creating new mutates, further showcasing his relentless pursuit of genetic experiments. Throughout his career, Severius's actions consistently demonstrated his willingness to engage in unethical experiments and alliances, making him one of the most dangerous and unpredictable adversaries in the Gargoyles universe.
Demona is a female gargoyle and former member of the Wyvern clan. She was once Goliath's mate, known to him as his Angel of the Night. Over a millennium, her experiences have shaped her into a bitter and vengeful gargoyle who harbors a deep hatred for humans, whom she blames for her misery. Despite turning into a human during the day due to Puck's spell, she continues to see herself as a gargoyle. Demona is cunning, resourceful, and skilled in sorcery, but her anger and hatred often undermine her plans. Her relationship with her biological daughter, Angela, is one of the few things that stir genuine affection in her, though it hasn't been enough to change her destructive path. Demona's journey from 994 to the present is marked by betrayal, vengeance, and relentless schemes to annihilate humanity. After the Wyvern Massacre, which she inadvertently caused, Demona wandered the world, growing increasingly bitter and determined to destroy humans. She formed alliances with various characters, including David Xanatos, to achieve her goals. Her notable schemes include creating the cybernetic gargoyle Coldstone, summoning Puck, and attempting to curse New York City by turning its human inhabitants to stone. Despite her efforts, her plans were often thwarted by Goliath and his clan, as well as other adversaries like Macbeth and the Hunters. In recent times, Demona has continued her vendetta against humanity while grappling with her complex relationships with other gargoyles and humans. She briefly allied with Tylog and created a clone clan, only to be betrayed by him. Her most significant scheme, Operation Clean Slate, aimed to create a global plague to wipe out humanity but was foiled by Goliath. Despite her ongoing antagonism, there remains a possibility for redemption, especially as she joins the resistance against the space spawn invasion in 2098. Demona's story is one of tragedy, self-deception, and a relentless pursuit of vengeance, yet hints of potential change linger in her future.
The Pack, initially assembled by the cunning David Xanatos, were a group of mercenaries masquerading as TV stars in a show of the same name. Xanatos's true intentions for the Pack went far beyond entertainment, as he soon pitted them against the Manhattan clan of gargoyles, transforming the Pack from celebrities to notorious criminals. Following their defeat, the Pack was imprisoned, but their freedom was short-lived thanks to Coyote, a robotic double of Xanatos. The group underwent significant changes. Hyena and Jackal received cybernetic enhancements. Wolf was genetically spliced, and Dingo donned an exo-suit. Though the twins remained a unit, Dingo and Wolf chose different paths, with Dingo returning to Australia to pursue heroism. Fox, originally Janine Renard and daughter of Halcyon and Anastasia Renard, rejected her inheritance and embraced a new identity. She became the Pack's leader under the guidance of Xanatos, who she later fell in love with and married. As the Pack's leader, Fox orchestrated numerous plots, even from prison, where she managed to influence events outside her cell. Her relationship with Xanatos deepened, culminating in their marriage and the birth of their son, Alexander. Despite her initial role in the Pack's criminal activities, Fox eventually demonstrated latent magical abilities inherited from her mother, Titania, the Fae Queen. This revelation led to a fierce battle with Oberon over her son's future, showcasing Fox's hidden powers and fierce maternal instincts. Coyote, the robotic entity created by Xanatos, played a pivotal role in the Pack's evolution. Initially a humanoid android resembling Xanatos, Coyote led the Pack in their continued clashes with the gargoyles. Each time Coyote was destroyed, it was rebuilt, becoming increasingly formidable with each iteration. The Pack members themselves underwent significant transformations, with Wolf becoming a wolfman, and Hyena and Jackal integrating advanced cybernetic technology into their bodies. Despite these enhancements, their repeated encounters with the gargoyles often ended in defeat, leading to various separations and new alliances. The Pack story is a complex tapestry of ambition, transformation, and the relentless pursuit of power, underscored by their ongoing conflicts with both the gargoyles and their own internal dynamics.
The Draken crime family, headed by Tony Draken, has long been a thorn in the side of both the Manhattan clan of gargoyles and NYPD detective Elisa Maza. Tony's criminal activities often intersected with the gargoyles' efforts to protect the city. In 1994, Draken stole a shipment of high-tech weapon prototypes from Xanatos Enterprises, leading to a confrontation with Elisa, who was critically injured by Broadway in a tragic accident. The gargoyles initially blamed Draken, nearly leading to his death at Goliath's hands. The truth revealed, Draken was arrested for the theft. His subsequent escape from prison saw him pursuing hidden jewels connected to his grandfather Dominic's old partner, Mace Malone. This search ended with his arrest once more, after a confrontation engineered by Elisa and Broadway. Tony Draken's criminal ventures didn't stop there. He later set up a protection racket, which Elisa infiltrated undercover, ultimately leading to another defeat and imprisonment for Draken. Despite being behind bars, Tony continued to orchestrate his criminal empire through his right-hand man, Glasses. A turf war with Czech mobster Tomáš Brod culminated in a prison break attempt by Brod to kill Draken, which was thwarted by the Gargoyles. The resulting chaos allowed Draken to escape briefly, only to be recaptured and further restricted within the prison system. Dominic Draken, Tony's grandfather, was once a prominent crime boss in Manhattan during the 1920s, operating under the alias G. F. Benton. His criminal endeavors with Mace Malone ended in betrayal when Malone disappeared with stolen diamonds. Years later, Dominic, alongside Tony, sought these diamonds by following clues left by Malone, only to find themselves outsmarted repeatedly. Their final attempt, involving a statue of a falcon, ended in a humiliating revelation and another arrest. Dominic's legacy of crime passed down to Tony, perpetuating the Draken family's entanglements with law enforcement and the city's protectors, the Gargoyles.
And finally, let's dive into what happened in the Gargoyles 2006 comic series by Slave Labor Graphics, which was written by series creator Greg Weisman and continued the storyline from the beloved animated series. In the immediate aftermath of Hunter's Moon Part 3, the Manhattan clan finds themselves living with Xanatos at Castle Wyvern, wary of their former enemy despite his offers of assistance. As New York City reels from the revelation of Gargoyles' existence, the Corpsmen, led by John Castaway, exploit public fear, and Goliath, struggling with this new reality, is injured by the Corpsmen but saved by Vinnie Grigori, who decides to leave for Japan. Tensions rise between Goliath and Elisa, leading to their breakup. Goliath invites Delilah, the Thylaug-created clone of Elisa and Demona, to the Halloween mask, causing Brooklyn to become jealous. Meanwhile, Illuminati agent Martin Hacker manipulates various factions, including the Corpsmen and Xanatos, to achieve his organization's goals. During the mask, Thylaug and the clones attack, leading to a brutal battle where Thylaug severely injures Goliath. The confrontation ends when Delilah asserts her independence, rejecting both Goliath and Thylaug. Delilah chooses to stay with a Labyrinth clan, and Thylaug escapes with Brentwood. As the Illuminati's influence grows, they support conflicting plans to further their own agenda. As time passes, Thylaug and Dr. Savarius plot using genetic material from the mask, and Shari, an Illuminati member, joins Thylaug as his assistant. Matt Bluestone and Maria Chavez discuss the Gargoyle situation, and Goliath and Elisa continue to evade the Corpsmen's pursuit. In a side story, Shari narrates an untold Avalon World Tour adventure involving Goliath, Angela, Elisa, and Bronx encountering Coldstone in Tibet. Coldstone's internal struggle with his multiple personalities is highlighted, and he ultimately fakes switching to the wicked Coldsteel personality to protect his allies. Macbeth enlists the Manhattan clans help to protect the magical Stone of Destiny, leading Lexington and Hudson to travel to London and meet the London clan, including Griff, Stagheart, and Constance. Xanatos and Coldsteel, along with Coyote 5.0, complicate the mission. The history of the Stone of Destiny is explored through Shari's stories to Thylaug. In London, Macbeth and King Arthur unite to protect the stone, and Coldstone and Coldfire appear to assist in the battle against Xanatos' forces. Brooklyn's time dancing begins as he is transported to 997 Scotland. He meets historical figures like Kenneth III and seeks an alliance with Demona to defeat Constantine, delving into the complexities of time travel and historical alliances. The battle between Constantine III and Kenneth III intensifies, with magical elements and historical figures playing crucial roles. Brooklyn tries to reclaim two keys to power artifacts: the Phoenix Gate, which allows space and time travel, and the Grimorum, a book of magic spells. However, his efforts lead to significant developments in the battle for Scotland's future. The conclusion of clan building sees Brooklyn returning to modern-day Manhattan with his new family, including Katana, Nashville, Foodog, and an egg named Egrido. The Manhattan clan reunites and prepares to face new challenges together, reinvigorated by their shared experiences and strengthened bonds. These 12 issues of the Gargoyles comic series weave together historical intrigue, complex character dynamics, and epic battles, continuing the beloved animated series' legacy while introducing new dimensions to its rich mythology.
As we wrap up our exploration of Gargoyles, it's clear why this series has left an indelible mark on animated television. Its intricate storytelling, memorable characters, and willingness to tackle serious themes set it apart from other shows of its time. Whether you're a longtime fan or new to the world of Goliath and his clan, Gargoyles offers a rich tapestry of myth and adventure that continues to resonate. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the shadows of Manhattan and the annals of history. Stay tuned as we continue to unravel the stories of these stone warriors and their ongoing quest to protect humanity in our upcoming coverage of the first 6 issues of the 2022 Gargoyles comic book series, a story titled Here in Manhattan. Tune in tomorrow to the Source Material Comics podcast.
Thanks for joining us. All of this would not be possible without W2Mnet.com, so make sure to seek them out for more podcasts. If you enjoyed what you heard today, please feel free to share, and we look forward to entertaining you again soon.